and welcome to Cookbook Junction. I'm your host, Celintia. Just about every cook in America has owned a Betty Crocker cookbook, maybe even this one. Mine definitely shows its wear and tear. First published in 1950, the Betty Crocker Picture Cookbook was more than a recipe collection. It was a reflection of American life after the war. Bright, colorful, and reassuring, it promised that anyone with the right recipe could bring comfort to the table. But before Betty Crocker ever printed her first cookbook, another woman changed baking forever. In a small Massachusetts inn, Ruth Wakefield created something the world had never seen, the chocolate chip cookie. Her 1938 recipe, the Toll House Chocolate Crunch Cookie, blended bits of semi-sweet chocolate into butter cookie dough. It became an instant hit and soon appeared on the back of every Nestle chocolate bar. By 1950, the chocolate chip cookie was already famous, so when Betty Crocker included her version in the picture cookbook, it was official. This was America's cookie. Betty's version called for shortening instead of all butter, giving every home baker a dependable, chewy result. Simple ingredients, clear steps, and guaranteed results. That was her promise. In the 1950s, Betty Crocker stepped off the cookbook page and onto television.
Hello, I'm Betty Crocker.
The Betty Crocker Home Service Department brought her recipes to life, one of the first branded cooking shows on national TV. Real women, home economics teachers, and recipe testers stood behind that name, showing America that good cooking was within reach. The truth is, Betty Crocker was never a real person. She was created in 1921 by a group of home economics and advertisers at General Mills, a friendly name who could answer letters from home bakers across the country. And while she didn't exist, the women behind her did. They tested every recipe, wrote every response, and built the trust that made Betty Crocker a household name. Over the decades, Betty Crocker's face evolved from a Depression-era matron to a modern and diverse working woman. But no matter how she looked, her recipes stayed the same, familiar, forgiving, and full of comfort. So let's finish the way Betty intended, with something warm from the oven. And remember, if you don't have the Betty Crocker cookbook, I have the full recipe description in the box below. Preheat the oven at 375 degrees. I have a large bowl where I'll cream the shortening, which is also part butter, with the sugars. Then mix in an egg and pure vanilla extract. In a separate bowl, sift flour, baking soda, and salt and mix well. Then gradually blend in to the cream mixture. Add semi-sweet chocolate pieces and nuts. Now, according to this recipe, use a teaspoon to drop onto a cookie sheet at least 2 inches apart. Bake for about 8 to 10 minutes or until lightly browned. Cool on a rack. I have several chocolate chip cookie recipes that I use, but this is the original from the Betty Crocker Picture Cookbook. Betty Crocker may have been fictional, but the bakers who followed her recipes made her real, one batch of cookies at a time. That's what makes this cookbook a true piece of history, and the chocolate chip cookie an edible piece of nostalgia. So what's your favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Well, that's all I have this week. Thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you soon.